Hello, welcome to Caesar Snack Sandwich. Today I have a really quick video for you on peapods. Peapods has been around for maybe a couple weeks or so or something. Not too long. It's pretty new. I read through the docs as usual. I read it through it maybe last week sometime, and I've been sick, so I didn't make a video. I've been coughing and stuff like that. So wasn't able to make a video, but here I have a video for you. I think there's some pretty interesting stuff in here. There's some stuff I don't really like that much, but there's some really cool stuff in here as well. There's a really good idea, and I'll talk about it. Today I don't have a flowchart for you. I'm just going to kind of use the front end to kind of explain to you how this thing works and so forth. So but as always, I would suggest you come read the docs. The docs are pretty good. They do explain things to you and so forth. So first of all, let's go into the platform. As you can see right now, there are 6 kinds of pods, right? So you can choose between these pods, or you can create your own pod. So it's permissionless to create these pods, so I can call it like Caesar pod, right? And the pod symbol is P Caesar or what have you. And then here I will post in the tokens that I want to be in the pod, okay? So you can kind of think of it like an index, but a little bit different, okay? So as you can see, there are 2 types of pods. There are weighted pods and then unweighted pods. Now, only the team can create these unweighted pods because I don't know. There's something in the docs about how it's there's a little bit of risk and stuff in there, so they have to do that. So basically, the unweighted pods will maintain this 33.33%, whereas as you can see, the weighted pods they will adjust based on like you don't have to put them in in these ranges. You could just put P's into this pod if you wanted to or such. Okay, so the main thing about these pods is when you wrap a pod, you pay some fee, and when you unwrap, you pay another fee, and then there is a trading fee that's set to 0. So when I go to create pods, you can see I can set the wrap fee, and I can set the unwrap fee. But like you can set it quite exuberant, right? Like is what is you want, right? But it does suggest you to leave it as default because it's kind of what the numbers that they've tested and they think are the best. Okay, so whenever somebody gets one of these pods and they want to unwrap it, they pay the unwrapping fee, and if they want to wrap a pod, then they will pay the fee. So like if I wanted to wrap this, I would come here and I would wrap to mint, and then I would say, oh, I have some ETH or I have some WBTC or what have you. I want to mint that pod. But if we go to, let's say, this PP Pesh one, rimp to mat, and so like, oh, I have some sheep, or I don't have any sheep, so maybe I have some ETH and I want to put some ETH in there. So 0.1, and then I can stick that I guess. Oh no, this is only sheep and peep, so I guess it's gonna buy the tokens. But let's say if I had sheep, and it's asking me for my balance. I don't have any of these balance. So anyhow, so you can mint this way, and you can pay the minting fee, or obviously you can do it via the contracts, and that's kind of what the idea here is. So then the second step, when you have a pod, like the reason why you would want a pod is so that you can use it to earn. So if I open this up, and you see you can buy the pod on Uniswap, or you can mint, or you can LP to earn. So if I have that pod, so I've obtained that pod somehow, then I can match it with some DAI. So maybe it's going to calculate for me. Yeah. So if I have 0.1 pods, or if I have 10 pods, then I can match that with 10 DAI and stake it in to earn some P's. Okay. Now, the flywheel comes from the P's. Okay. The P's have a total supply. Okay. There's only a certain amount of P's created. Let's see if I can find it here. P's. Yeah, so there's 10 million P's created initial supply, and there's never any more P's. Okay, there's never any more to be minted. It's not an inflationary reward token. So what they do is they take those those fees for that for the wrapping and unwrapping, they take these fees and they use those fees to buy the peas, and then they put the peas on those gauges as rewards, and then they also take a percentage of those peas and they burn them, right? So as you can see, the 90% goes to the LPs and 10% is burned. So every time they buy peas with the arbitrage fees, then they, you know, with the mint and the redeem fees, unwrap fees, then they will do this. Okay, so the idea is that these pools are sitting on Uniswap, right? So there's a pool on Uniswap with DAI and then this pod that has WBTC, Link, and ETH. And then sometimes, there will be an arbitrage opportunity. Because, so let's say BTC goes up in price somewhere else, but it hasn't affected this market yet, this P DAI market, right? So then I can take some DAI. I can use the DAI to buy the pod, right? I can unwrap the pod for the WBTC, Link, and ETH, and then I can, arbitrage. I can sell these tokens back for more DAI over on Uniswap or Curve or wherever the heck that price has gone up. Okay, so the idea is that bots will arbitrage these pools and constantly pay that arbitrage, that wrapping or unwrapping fee, depending on which way they arbitrage, and then that will burn those P tokens. So the thing I really like about this is, like I said, there's been 38,000 P's or $38,000 worth of P's already burned, so 21,000 P's already burned in because of just arbitraging mostly this pool. Because as you see, the TVL on all these other pools is not absolutely significant, right? And but there is some arbitrage there. So I believe that this pool has been the main arbitrage or pool, but I could be wrong. Maybe this P's one as well. So that they have already started burning these P's, right? And that's really cool. I really like this idea that they're incentivizing these pods with P's that they buy from the market instead of inflating the supply. Now, the one thing I don't like so much is that if you want to mint one of these pods, then you also have to LP it in order to earn P's. So that's kind of where they get the arbitrage. Instead of just having the arbitrage with the pod, they have to use an LP to create that arbitrage opportunity. So hopefully they can figure out a way to make these pods not require LPs in order to get arbitraged. And that's it. Okay, so I hope this has been interesting and useful and entertaining. And thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.